Hey everyone, I'm back with another myth busting video. So this video is all about myth busting the silicone legs we worked on a couple of weeks ago. So silicone legs are meaning that these are the ones that I worked on where I filled them with silicone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in the oven. Now this is a request from Weeby Dolls. Hi Weeby Dolls, thank you so much for your request. It wasn't so much of a request but a question, and she said after we did the last myth busting where I filled them with silicone, she said to me that it was a really great idea and everything, but she was wondering how it would work if we had to like reapply our paint and put it in the oven again, and how that would go about. So what I'm going to do now is I've got my trusty dusty oven here. I'm going to put them in the oven. Now what I wanted to also say is I'm putting the other one in that has the general plastic plug we all use. So I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to put it in there for, let's say, 8 to 12 minutes. Let's see how we go. In the oven we go. Put the little timer on. This should be really interesting. So in the meantime, while that is warming up, I thought I might use this opportunity to ask, what do you want to know? I mean, I've got a few great ideas for myth busting coming up, but you know, you might come up with some great idea and think, well, I don't have the opportunity to do that or something, so give me the opportunity. So write in the comments below what questions or what things you'd like me to myth bust in the reborning industry while we're working on reborn baby dolls. Why not, you know, see some things that will work and some things that won't work. Maybe we'll come up with a great new technique together, you and I. Let's do it together. So if you have a question or something you want me to do, yeah, just put the comment in the messages below and I'll reply, and I will try to get onto that myth buster for you if it is possible. This is just going to tick away for a few minutes and then we'll come back. Don't forget to make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos that I might send out, whether they be a myth busting video, a reborning tutorial video, or just in my weekly everyday live streams. You won't miss out on any future videos. So let's see how this actually goes. Okay, so I think we've been at our 8 to 10 minutes, so to speak, time right now. So I'm going to pop it out of the oven. Just turn you to face it a little bit. So it's still in the oven, like I said. I'm going to get my gloves. Normally I would just use my hands for whenever I'm taking something out of the oven. But because I'm not sure about how it's going to be, I'll use the gloves. Just put them back there. And turn off the oven. Okay, so let's see how this actually feels at first hand. I've just taken it out of the oven, so they will be hot. Okay, so this is the one with the normal plug-in. Now, there's nothing sinister or manipulating or warping or anything with this plug. This is the one with the glass beads in the bottom, so when I squeeze it, it's all nice and easy going, nothing's weird. The silicone feels very hard. There is some maneuverability in there, you can see when I squeeze it. So that's okay, feels fine. I'll get the other one. This is the one that's all silicone. I can feel in there where the silicone didn't quite get in this little point here. It all feels fine. I mean, you can see that I'm squeezing it there. That's someone buying something off eBay. Everything feels fine. I'm going to actually touch the silicone. that's fine. Now, that was in the oven for about 10 minutes. I can feel, compared to when we usually get our babies out of the oven, you know, at the, 8 to 12 minutes, depending on what you use, it's not as hot as it normally is. So I'm going to go and let's do another 10 minutes and see what happens after another 10 minutes in the oven. Okay, so it has now been in for another 10 minutes, so I'm going to get it out and we'll see how we go. Okay, so I'm going to pick it up, see how we go. Okay, so that's a little bit better. That is more hot than it was after the first 10 minutes. Now, it's taken longer to heat up because it is like more of a solid mass than our usual limbs when we put them in the oven. They've got the hollow. Well, this one isn't hollow. There's actually been no change. The only thing is it is warmer. Don't forget, I've got the, sorry if they're not focusing in properly today, I've got our regular plastic plug in the end. There's been no distortion, no movement or anything with that. I don't even need that. I definitely say you could do that. Now let me get the other one. This is the one that has no weight in it. And so I can see the silicone in the end. It's definitely withstood the heat. There's been no change. You can see if I squish the limb that it's squeezy, like silicone. Some parts are a little bit more solid than others, and that's just because of that might be an area that had more of a bulk silicone makeup than, say, in this area where you see it squeezing nicely. Definite. So that has been Mythbusting. Absolutely. I would definitely say if you want to go ahead and do silicone in your limbs. Now, hang on. If you're wondering why I can hold these limbs while they're hot, I have a massive heat tolerance. People can't believe it sometimes, but these, to me, holding in my hands, are just warm. When I've seen to others, are going, hot potatoes. But anyway, I can handle it, and it is winter here, so they're nice and warm and snuggly. So anyway, if you want to go ahead and try to do putting the silicone in your limbs, you can give that a go. And if you think that ever you may need to do a touch up or add some color or anything, you can definitely add color to it. Once they're had the silicone in, you can put them in the oven, no problem at all. There has been no change, there has been no distortions, and we have also myth busted the fact that these plugs can go in the oven. There has been no change with that, and if I go to pull it out, it's impossible. Well, pretty impossible, because remember when I put that in, that was then put in with the silicone, which the silicone has worked like a glue and is holding it there. So that is definitely myth busted. You can do it. It works. Go ahead and give it a go. And don't forget, if you have any questions or want me to do any of specific myth busting, please put a message in the comments below. Thank you, Weeby Dolls, for the question. I appreciate it. And until next time, this myth has been baby busted. Bye guys. Happy reborning.